Hello, my name is Darlene J. Robbins, President of the Northeast Pennsylvania Manufacturers and Employers Council. I would like to take this time to congratulate our 2013 YES graduates. The YES Northeast certificate you earned is a representation of all the hard work and dedication you have put forward. The valuable skills you have learned in this program will stay with you forever in both your professional and personal lives. I would like to thank all of our sponsors who made our breakfast possible. Our platinum sponsors, the Luzerne Schuylkill Workforce Investment Board, Prismian Draka, and Mrs. T's Pierogies. Our gold sponsor, Northeast Pre-Stressed Products. Our silver sponsors, World Resources Company, Solar Innovations, and Cardinal Systems. Our bronze sponsors, Schaefer's Harley-Davidson and Sapa. Thank you all. I would also like to take this time to thank our business community that helped the program this year. Whether it is hosting a tour, speaking to a class, lending your time for mock interviews, or sponsoring an event like this, you continue to help us make a difference with the workforce of tomorrow. Thanks again and enjoy the presentation.
And welcome. Good morning, everyone. I have the distinct pleasure and honor today of introducing the First Lady of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, Susan Corbett. I need to apologize on behalf of Frank and Darlene for having all of you out of the classroom today. We appreciate you being here. I see a lot of sad faces because you're missing class. But we're happy you're here. And this is a terrific and wonderful program. I have had the distinct pleasure of having a chance to get to know our First Lady. Been fortunate enough to be at the governor's residence a few times in the very recent past. And I can tell you on a personal note, she's a very cordial and gracious hostess. So she's a wonderful person, and we're anxious to hear her remarks today. I'm going to give you a little bit of her biography. Susan Manbeck Corbett became the 44th First Lady of Pennsylvania when her husband Tom Corbett was sworn in as governor of the state of Pennsylvania on January 18, 2011. Susan was born in Pottstown, Pennsylvania, but she grew up in Pine Grove, Schuylkill County. She told me earlier that they moved there when she was 2, so she's been there for really her entire life. Susan met Tom Corbett in 1968 while attending Lebanon Valley College. After dating for several years, Tom and Susan married in 1972. Susan began her career at Northern Lebanon School District, where she taught senior high English for 1 year before moving to San Antonio, Texas. She then worked as a legal secretary while Tom earned his degree from St. Mary's Law School. After her 2 children, Tom and Kate, were born, Susan dedicated several years to staying home and raising her family. Her compassion and commitment to those she loves is what makes Susan such a supportive wife, nurturing mother, and genuine friend. Susan resumed her professional career in 1990 as a special projects manager for the President's Office of Carnegie Museums and the Director of Office of Carnegie Library in Pittsburgh. She served as assistant producer and then executive director of Pittsburgh Arts and Lectures, a nationally recognized liberal arts organization, from 2006 to 2010. Susan served as vice president for the programs and development for the Gettysburg Foundation, a nonprofit partner of the National Park Service that works to preserve Gettysburg National Military Park and to enhance the preservation and understanding of the heritage and lasting significance of Gettysburg. She is currently the chair of the Pennsylvania Council on Arts, a trustee of Carnegie Museums of Pittsburgh, an ex officio member of the Philadelphia Museum of Art Board of Trustees, and a commissioner of the Pennsylvania Historical Museums Commission. Susan also serves as the honorary chair of the Girl Scouts 100th anniversary celebration and an honorary chair of the Pennsylvania Breast Cancer Coalition's annual conference. And in Pottsville, we have got the Relay for Life this weekend. As a First Lady, Susan is also passionate about promoting the Commonwealth's unique historical and cultural attractions as Pennsylvania's first tourist. In this role, Susan visits and recommends must-see museums, important historical locations, and one-of-a-kind attractions found in Pennsylvania. The First Lady has also begun the Opening Doors Initiative, which aims to increase the number of students who graduate from high school on time by focusing on middle school students. Awareness is an important first step to combating the critical issues, and the First Lady hopes the Opening Doors Initiative will help in that fight. The Corbetts have been married for 39 years. They enjoy the company of their two Airedales, who I have met, Penny and Harry, and that is short for Pennsylvania and Harrisburg. In her spare time, Susan enjoys gardening, cooking, and reading. I can tell you that I grew up in the western part of Schuylkill County. I'm a Tri-Valley graduate, and Susan comes from Pine Grove, so we are neighbors. So I would like to introduce my neighbor and our friend, the First Lady of the state of Pennsylvania, Susan Corbett.
Thank you. There's one other introduction that I should probably make, and it's one of the reasons that I'm here today. So the gentleman on the left side of the table, you met Ken Stolaric, and he's actually my brother-in-law, and he invited me. Now, I'll tell you a little story. No, I shouldn't tell it all. Just one. Ken was your age, a senior in high school, when my youngest sister, Sandy, who was in 9th grade, announced that she liked this boy, Kenny Stolaric, and she was going to get him. So she chased him throughout college and finally caught him. And so Ken is a wonderful member of our family, and I'm so pleased that he invited me to join you today. And I want to say thanks to the Northeast Pennsylvania Manufacturers and Employers Council and the 330 businesses who have endorsed the YES program. It's a fabulous program. And a special thanks to the teachers and to the instructors who have mentored these very wonderful students. But most of all, I'd like to say congratulations to the students. The certificate that you received today is a recognition of your hard work and the new job skills you've acquired, so congratulations. I want to tell you a little secret. I took a course very similar to the one that you just completed, but I was much, much older when I did this. I already had my college degree, I taught high school, and I was a legal secretary, as Representative Togash told you. But then I became a stay-at-home mom for about 15 years. And when I was ready to go back into the job market, I didn't have a clue where to start looking for a job. So I spent 15 years at home taking care of my family. I was making cupcakes and crafts as a homeroom mother, and I was supervising band trips. I was training our dogs. I was making Halloween costumes. But how does my experience as a mom, as a volunteer in my children's school, translate into a job? I had no idea. So I took a course in Pittsburgh that was run by the YWCA for women who were displaced from the job market. These were women who were divorced and had to go back to work for the first time, or they had taken a break. They were women who had dead-end jobs and they wanted to bump up their job skills and find a better job. Or they were people like me who had taken time off to raise a family and were going back in the workforce. So here's what we learned in this course. We learned how to communicate effectively. We sharpened our writing skills. We did interview training, resume writing. We gave speeches. We took interest tests. We set career goals. And we developed meeting skills, among many other things. I think that probably sounds pretty familiar to all of you, doesn't it? Part of the YES program. So the YWCA training program that I took was probably the most important educational experience I've had. And I think that when you look back later in your career at this experience, you're going to feel the same way about the YES program. So this is an amazing time for all of you young people. It's really a critically important time in your life. because you made it through high school, and in just a few weeks, you're going to be graduating. I wonder if you know that in Pennsylvania, 82.3% of students graduate from high school, and you're about to become one of them. So 82.3% sounds pretty good until you realize that 17.7% of students do not graduate from high school. And in Pennsylvania, that's about 17,000 kids every year drop out of school, enough to fill a pretty good athletic stadium. Many of them are so close to graduation and don't understand the importance of sticking it out for 1 or 2 more years. Now, do you know that just by having a high school diploma, you're going to earn an average of $8,745 a year more than your friend who did not graduate, who didn't get a diploma. And you're going to do that every single year of your life. So if I paid you $800 a month, every month for the rest of your life, just to finish that last year of school, I think it'd be pretty worth it, don't you? So when you graduate and you walk across that stage and you get your diploma, you just gave yourself a really good raise for the rest of your life and increased the chance of becoming a productive and successful adult. So you're probably ready to celebrate graduation. I remember what it was like to be a senior, and you should. And you might even think you're done. Yeah? Now, you're just beginning. You're about to make probably the most important transition of your life as you transition from a student into your adult life. And what you do in the next year, or 2 years, or 4 years is going to impact the rest of your life. So with the certificate you're earning today, you have a head start on many of your classmates. Just the fact that you'll be recognized as a preferred applicant by employers, employer-sponsored training programs, and post-secondary education, that's huge. Because half the battle of landing that first job or being accepted into the school or program of your choice is being in the right place with the right skills. And I know that you've worked hard to get to this point, but I'm going to ask you to do more. I'm going to ask you that your next step be postgraduate education. And by this, I mean college, technical or trade skills, or employment in a field that will give you job training. Pennsylvania needs doctors and lawyers and accountants and scientists and teachers. But we also need plumbers, electricians, and welders, people who are trained to work in the natural gas industry, people with computer skills who are ready for the 21st century manufacturing jobs, and healthcare workers who can read MRIs and X-rays, maintain medical records, or take care of patients in home health care. You've been exposed through the YES program to a variety of businesses. There are many, many options for you if you have the right training. So I thought I would tell you a little bit about my training and about being First Lady. When I was your age, as Representative Tovash told you, I was just like every one of you in this room, and especially the table from Pine Grove over there. Because I was, at that time, we were called the Pine Grove Rovers, and our mascot was a pine tree. I actually have my high school jacket. It's red corduroy and has a big green pine tree on the back. It's the most lame mascot in the world. But now I understand we're skooks. Is that right? Well, we're cardinals, but everybody in Schuylkill County is a skook. Or is that like over already? I have to catch up. But anyway, at 17, I wasn't very different from all of you. And now, being First Lady, I have this amazing life. I get to live in a mansion. I have a staff that cleans and takes care of laundry and dishes, and I have somebody who works in the garden. And the best thing is I have an amazing chef And so every meal is a gourmet meal. I get to travel all around the country and all around the world. The governor and I just came back from a trade mission to Brazil and Chile. And I get to meet the most interesting people, from the President of the United States to graduates of the YES program. But most importantly, I have the opportunity to impact things that I care about and help organizations that I think are doing good work. And I have a special interest in encouraging young people of Pennsylvania, you and your peers, to prepare for a successful future. For the past 2 years, I've been working with the Department of Education, of Pennsylvania, and schools across the Commonwealth on strategies to increase the graduation rate. Now, my work focuses on middle school years. It's a time when many students decide that school is not for them, and they begin to disengage. They skip school, they act out in class, or they start failing tests. And by high school, they've checked out mentally, and often they drop out. Now, in their lifetime, the high school dropout is going to earn $1 million less than their classmates with a college degree. They're more likely to be unemployed, they're more likely to be in prison, they're more likely to be on public assistance. So young people who drop out are dooming themselves to a life of financial and personal struggle. With the help of national experts, we're developing an early warning system that will identify potential dropouts at an early age and provide an appropriate intervention to successfully transition the students to high school and then to graduation. And many of those interventions are community-based resources, organizations, businesses, and individuals that provide services and opportunities to students. And that's why I was so excited to learn about the YES program. I want to thank the Northeast Pennsylvania Manufacturers Employers Council for taking the initiative to help the young people in this room of this region to stay in school, to stay engaged, and to prepare for a successful future. And I'm going to ask the students in the room to help me thank these people. And I especially want to thank the teachers and the instructors of this program for caring and for all of their hard work. And let's give them a really good round. Now, to the students, having completed the YES program, I'm sure you've received all kinds of career advice. But if you wouldn't mind indulging me for another minute, I'd like to offer you another piece of advice. Listen and learn. Listen with your ears and your heart and your brain. You can learn something from everyone you meet, everything you do, every opportunity that you have. When my husband, Tom Corbett, and I met in college 44 years ago, we never, ever would have guessed that he would be governor and I'd be first lady. Both of these jobs require tremendous knowledge and skill, stamina, determination, and most of all, experience. Both of these jobs are the hardest jobs we've ever had. But most of all, both of these jobs are the most rewarding we've had because we have a unique opportunity to make a difference. When thinking about how we got to this point, the governor and I could go back in time and see the steps that we took all the way from the time we were your age. What we learned at each job from every mentor, every boss, every coworker we had, how every experience we had laid the groundwork for the next experience and brought us to the place that we are today. And I'm guessing that this is true for every successful adult that's in this room today. So you all, the students, are just getting started, but now you are well prepared to start. And I encourage you to take full advantage of all the opportunities life is going to offer you. And on behalf of Governor Corbett and I want to congratulate each of you and offer our best wishes for a successful future. Thank you.
On behalf of the council and the students and the teachers and all of the scoops here today, thank you so very much for making the trip and the phenomenal words of wisdom that you shared with us all. Thank you very much. Okay. Well, I'd like to share some statistics now. Statistics of the YES program and where we were and where we are today. And because of you, that's why it is successful. And because of your teachers teaching the program since 2006, that's why we've had the phenomenal success that we have. In 2006, Schuylkill Haven High School was the first school to implement YES. We had 14 students and 6 graduates. The following year, we actually had a 971% increase in the number of students. We went from 14 to 150, and we went up to 5 schools, so we had 4 schools that came on board. The following year, 7 schools, and so on and so forth until this past year, we have 16 schools, 621 students, and 240 graduates. This coming year, we're waiting for all of the statistics to come in from Erie, actually. But we are up to 650 students and 230 graduates. So that's pretty phenomenal. Cumulatively speaking, we have put through 2,783 students total through 2007, 2013. And to date, we have 891 graduates total through 2007 to 2013. I can't express enough gratitude to all of you for your attendance at the YES classes, because if you didn't have that 95% attendance rate, you wouldn't be sitting here today. And quite honestly, all of the students that have enrolled, the reason they're not here today is because of their attendance. But guess what? No matter whether you go to college, or you go to a tech school, or you go to the military, or you go to the workforce, you need to attend classes, you need to go to your job, or you need to go to school. So you get it, and you will succeed, because that is a #1 requirement no matter where you go in the future. Some of the highlights for the YES program: a total of the 14 schools that offered the YES program for this year included Blue Mountain, Crestwood area, Monmouth area, Minersville, North Schuylkill, Pine Grove area, Pottsville area, Schuylkill Haven, Shenandoah Valley, Tamaqua area, and Williams Valley High Schools. The Schuylkill Intermediate 29 also offered the program, as well as Fort Leboeuf and Central Tech in Erie counties. Penn State University will continue to offer a one-time scholarship to all YES Northeast graduates who attend the Hazleton and Schuylkill campuses. This year, they have awarded 14 total scholarships. McCann School of Business and Technology also agreed to consider the YES Northeast program as a favorable factor for their Imagine America Scholarship, which applies to campuses in Allentown, Carlisle, Dixon City, Hazleton, Pottsville, Sunbury, and Wilkes-Barre. Each YES class was given one YES assessment under the Quality and Technology topic. This allowed for students to apply the classroom material learned to the work environment. Very important. YES presentations were conducted throughout the year. School districts, businesses, and other organizations were provided the opportunity to learn more about the program and how to become involved in various capacities. For the 2013-14 school year, Hazleton Area Career Center and Wyoming Valley West will be offering Yes Northeast. Mock interviews were conducted with the Yes program participants. Each student provided a cover letter and a resume, and the interview was customized to the student's career interest. Approximately 6 schools and 250 students were mock interviewed. Thank you, Courtney and Matt. Social media sites were regularly updated with 120 connections made on Facebook and new Yes Employer testimonial video uploaded to YouTube. Facebook will be used as a tracking device so the council can stay connected to Yes graduates. For the 2012-2013 school year, 38 tours were offered with 3 new tour hosts opening their doors to Yes students. The Reading Fight and Fills, Hazleton Health and Wellness, and Big B Manufacturing offered a total of 6 tours. Currently, 35 facilities are offering tours for this year. For next year, the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders and Keystone Automation have already jumped on board to offer tours. So there's some of the highlights for Yes and how Yes is growing, thanks to you in this room.
At this time, we're going to have some testimonies from a few of our Yes graduates. First, I'd like to introduce Jessica Venturi to come forward from Crestwood Area High School.
Hello, my name is Jessica Venturi. I would just like to say thank you to everyone who helped make the YES program possible. I believe that this program truly gave us a glimpse into the real world that we'll be venturing into. It showed us that there are many different types of work environments and many different types of jobs. The experience aided us in the difficult process of deciding what we wanted to do after high school. The plant tours gave us insight about the world of work. Students that didn't take YES didn't have the chance to have these privileges. The certifications that we received from this course show that we possess the skills necessary to enter this world. We passed reading, math, and logic tests, as well as a drug test, and these help to show employers that we are more qualified than the average high school student. The YES program affected me personally in many ways. It helped me decide on a career in the health field, as well as develop many important life skills. Previously, public speaking was not something I'd ever considered doing, and now giving a speech isn't something I'm afraid of. In closing, I would like to thank the Crestwood YES teacher, Mrs. Goss, and the principal, Mr. Gutierrez, for always taking a special interest in our education and for giving us every opportunity to make this a successful year that it was. Thank you.
Can Jenny Toribio from Crestwood Area High School also come forward?
Thank you once again for introducing me. My name is Jenny Toribio, and I'm a student at Crestwood High School. I'm also involved in the YES program with Steve. YES has found a way to take real-life situations and give us as students the opportunity to think through for solutions in a non-stressful environment. This gives us the experience and knowledge as to what is expected of us in what some refer to as the real world. Through the field trips, days present, the drug test, and the daily class activities, YES has provided us all an opportunity of a lifetime. Everything that is accomplished in this program is beneficial for our futures. For instance, the field trips that are provided make us venture off from a classroom setting into a conventional workplace. The field trips also provide us the opportunity to get interested in different fields of work, potentially bringing us to our ideal jobs. They provide us information about benefits, including health care. Basically, they open your eyes and give you an inside perspective as to what certain jobs entail. No book can ever replace an actual event. Our field trips also made us realize how important absences and lates are. During a plant tour, my class found out that some companies use a point system to regulate employees' absences and lates. It was interesting to find out that certain company allowed 9 points before firing an employee, and yes, allows 9 days before dismissing someone and receiving their yes certificate. It only goes to show that yes exemplifies an actual business. In an actual business, you also receive drug tests. This was a known subject to me, but I had no idea the extent of how they were carried out or to whom they were carried out. During the program, I found out that they were done at random times and to whomever. Had I not taken this class, if I were in my workplace and was always asked to take a drug test, I would have potentially been offended. I know now that it is done at random and has nothing to do with me. Not only have the trip given us a bountiful information, but so have the daily class activities. Responsibility is a key concept represented through this course. It is shown through being on time, listening to the guest speakers intently, and doing our at the bells in a timely fashion. Overall, this class should be initiated throughout this country. It is beneficial to us as students and employers all around. Getting certified in the different areas and tests will give myself and the other YES graduates the upper hand compared to other potential employees. Walking out of this class, I know that I have the requirements and experience to excel in any aspiring endeavors, due mainly to this course. The entrepreneurial skills I've learned are all important for the life that awaits me beyond my high school career. I am thankful to my YES teacher, Mrs. Goss, our principal, Mr. Gagaris, and the NEPA Manufacturers Council, the employers, and to all my peers who have made this class possible and my experience unforgettable. Thank you.
Cameron Ello from Pine Grove Area High School. Can you please come forward?
Hello, I'm Cameron Elo. So, for the past 8 months, I've walked into first period to see Mrs. Yu's smiling face with something new to help me prepare for my future, whether it was a mock interview at McCann or help keeping us focused by writing out our SMART goals. I think that the YES program is very important because I learned a lot of important things in life, like financing, how to get a job, and communication skills. Let's be honest. When's the next time I'm going to need to know the theme of Midsummer Street or anything I learned in trigonometry? I think YES should be mandatory because I don't know why people wouldn't want to learn these important things that they'll definitely need in life. I learned about myself and what I really want to do with myself after high school. I learned about job options and ways to achieve my goals, and I feel like I would be more successful now that I had the experience I got from YES. A quote that sums up all of my learnings this past year is one by Albert Einstein. If you want to live a happy life, tie it to a goal, not to people or things. I also want to say thank you to all the sponsors and everyone involved in the YES program who made this possible for me and my fellow peers. Thank you.
Well, I want to thank all of you, and I want to wish all of the students much success. You go through those doors, and in a few weeks you graduate. And I'm hoping that you remember what you've learned in your YES program, and you're able to share some of those modules and some of that information and knowledge with other students who did not have the opportunity. Good luck to you, best wishes, and thank you all, and have a safe trip home.